Koiki media that has become one of the major broadcasting in the new era of this generation. You expect us to keep quiet? Quite a lot of atrocities have been peddled against innocent people, both across Nigeria. Before this self-determination campaign under the leadership of Professor Agbagba Yoruba and the other leaders, let me remind you that I was also a strong supporter of a One Nigeria. I worked in the Nigerian community for about 10 years. I did not get paid throughout that 10 years plus.
This is a very big, powerful message.
Our job is to make sure that our platform is used for the purpose of humanity. But in 2019, let me remind you, before Professor Akitoye propped up and gave us the reason why self-determination is the only solution for the Yoruba people to remain as one people, one language, one culture. I remember I received a video from Ondo State, and I contacted the individual that sent the video, whether it was an animal that was butchered on the floor. And I was told that because the video had the blood all over this individual. But as usual, because I wasn't too sure whether it was a human being or an animal, and I was told that it was a human being. This person is still alive. The person that was attacked in Ondo State is not a Yoruba person. I believe it's somewhere from Port Harcourt area, but he lives in Ondo State where he works. The butcher on this individual, I came out. Apparently now my YouTube, my Facebook channel, was taken out of this, event that we've been doing in the last 4 years. So I lost the original Facebook channel that I had in 2007. And I came out crying vociferously, weeping. And I promised myself from that henceforth that we will make sure we do everything within my media to pull down Nigeria. But the what and how is what we didn't know until Baba Akitoye came out and started giving us the background of how it would happen as a non-violent event. Let me put it on record again that whatever your issues with the Igbos or those that call themselves the Biafra, don't link that with me. You can link that with yourself and your family, but let me state it clearly that this particular channel will work shoulder to shoulder with the Biafra. It will work shoulder to shoulder with those that believe in self-determination as the Biafra have finally attained their goals of becoming an independent country on the 29th of November 2024, known as the USB United States of Biafra. And the right of such is under the Article 3 of the Self-Determination that says that the indigenous peoples have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. So the question then is, why should I be against such? Because of the past events that played out, because of the corrupt and how the British government and the British system made us to be called Nigeria, that led to many obstacles that is facing the country today. If you're still one of those Yorubas, whether you are in your 70s, in your 80s, and you think that by trying to pull down what this platform is doing at this particular time to highlight what is necessary, apart from being a journalist that still doesn't want to be biased, I remain absolute to the truth for the sake of humanity. Let me tell you that you have come through the wrong person. Your attacks on me, regardless of wherever you are around the world, is too late. I told you that I am the last man standing. We will pull the structure down. And how we will do that is by putting alliance with the Biafra. If you don't trust them, that is your own cup of tea. I care less. But right now, my Yoruba people are in danger in Nigeria. That should be your concern. How do we free them from that bondage, from the shackles of the humanity's sake, where 3 square meals cannot be eaten in Yoruba land today, where the Boko Haram Fulani jihadis continue to massacre women, children across Yoruba land, where those that we thought should give us the security fail to do so. All that is not of your concern. Your worry is how Koiki media has been portraying and putting the Biafra declaration and the event ongoing in Finland. That has been your problem. For me, I believe as a Yoruba person, you should be working with Babaki Toye and how we should pull out of Nigeria, not attacking this platform for supporting people that wants to be free. I don't think some of you understand what freedom is all about. If you're putting sentiment to it, I have left that sentiment long time ago. Like I said, whatever happened in that history between us and them, this is a new history that we are rewriting. And that history stated clearly that the Biafra have become an independent country, and we pray that very soon that what I'm doing right now, I can do 200-fold of it as soon as the Yoruba people have their own declaration in preparedness. But since our own declaration is still an ongoing project, since Babaki Toye has not given the clear indication when it's going to happen, those that it is happening in my history, in the lifetime, it is my responsibility to make sure that the international community around the world is aware of these developments. If you do not believe in it, I have no problem with that. I believe in the Biafra cause for them to be free and to be free for the rest of their lives. If you are still one of those Yoruba that doesn't want to be free, that is your own problem, not mine. And I will be reading a particular email. I receive them a lot. He doesn't care. It doesn't bother me. But I just also want to put it on record that if you come to my inbox, I would also pull it out there for the world to know. We are fighting in all different ways. And like I said, you have come through the wrong guy. My name is Koiki. I'm from Ijebu. I am a strong Yoruba nationalist. I believe in everything Yoruba. But don't come and tell me that the Igbos cannot be trusted. So do you want me to trust Bola Ahmed Tinubu, another criminal? Do you want me to trust Bode George? Do you want me to trust Obasa, the Lagos State Speaker? Do you want me to trust Yayi, another criminal that left Alimosho and has now gone to Ogun State? And I believe by 2027, he will be trying to become the next Ogun State governor. Do you want me to trust Ibukwan Amosun that sold Yoruba land to the Chinese? Or do you want me to trust Dakwa Abiodun that has made life miserable for millions of our people in Ogun State? Do you want me to trust how many of those criminal leaders that are still not yet understanding that Nigeria is not meant for us? Those are the ones that you should be asking if we should trust, not the Igbos, because these are the Yorubas that are holding us backwards from achieving our aims of getting what we believe in, known as the Yoruba self-determination. And asking for a nation is not a crime. It is just an inalienable right. So if you are still one of those Yorubas around the world sitting in your comfort zone and thinking that your episode, your voice note, or if I'm in your group and you are talking nonsense, I will exit that particular group. I've exited 2 groups today from the Yoruba platform. Like I said, I am capable to continue working tirelessly with my media without your support. And I mean it. If you think that maybe because of your little contribution, your support, you better keep that contribution, because I am still not an illegal immigrant in this country. And that means that I have every right to go and earn my income. But let me say this clearly to these bomb bastard Yorubas, these Afonjas, that if you think that my platform can be pulled down, it is just the beginning, and it's a fight between me and you. I'm going to read the email that was sent to me from this criminal Yoruba man that thinks that by writing episodes and bringing all these to my face, I will back down from supporting the quest of the Biafra to become an independent country. You have failed. And like I said, most of you will continue to fail because you've come through the wrong guy. Let's read the email as it was sent to me just about an hour ago. And the email goes like this. I'm going straight into my email so that I've not replied the person, but I've actually shared the content of the email across the world so that we are fighting a systematic fight. We're not just fighting, those that wants to keep us below par. I am also fighting many of you Yoruba bastards that think that you should be calling Tinubu on how to dissolve the country so that we don't go into another civil war as we have heard from those that the war affected. You are no more concerned about that when you should be calling the kings on how we should cut out from the Fulani that wants to take our land. You are not worried about that. You are more worried about my relationship with the Igbos or those that believe that they are Biafra. Like I said, you are all bomb bastard. Let's read the email together, and then we will take calls as usual for the next couple of hours until Finland is back again. But I also have a video of Nelson Mandela that I want us to watch. But for now, let's read this email that came to me. And the name says, Elos Ibrahim, info.elos123@gmail.com. Hello, Mr. Koiki. I deem it fit to write you this message. I have been following you for around for 4 years, but we've never communicated. Bomb bastard. Now, when I saw your video, so you are only waiting until you see my video before you can communicate with me. Many of them are like that all over the world. Evil Yoruba people that doesn't want to love their people that are in bondage. While we are working for 4 years, he refused to communicate with us. He refused to even contribute his dime. He refused to even send me a message 4 years ago and say, thank you so much, Mr. Koiki, for the work you're doing. But the bomb bastard idiot is now ready to send me a stupid email after seeing my videos and messages of those work that we are doing right now. As a journalist, they forgot that I'm still a journalist. They forgot that Koiki Media is a registered media organization before the Yoruba Nation started. I see you are a passionate Yoruba man. You don't have to see it. I don't need anybody to see it. I'm only doing my contribution for the Yoruba people, and nobody can love Yoruba more than me. I love the Yorubas, but I would not forsake humanity of the Biafra, the Arewa, the Ijos. I see you as a passionate Yoruba man who loves his people. I am a Yoruba man from Ondo State. Well, I did not see you when Owo was attacked. You never sent me a message when I sent my team to Ondo State to cover the massacre of the Fulanis in our state. Maybe we should quickly remind him another bastard Yoruba man. Our attack was on the 5th of June 2022. This Yoruba man from Ondo State never communicated with Koiki Media. I sent my team down there to cover the event and also to make sure that we highlighted everything that needed to be known. The proof is right there. This was my article on my blog in 2022, June 6th, precisely. Our attack is a declaration of war against the Yoruba people. This was by Professor Agbagba Yoruba. Says the permanent solution to this Fulani conglomerate is an independent Yoruba nation. But many of these bastard Yoruba people, men and women, never communicated to see what we can do to pull the structure down and make sure that the Yoruba people will never be attacked again. They are not concerned. On the 5th of June, Sunday 2022. Today is another Sunday. Happy New Month. The apex body of the Yoruba self-determination and self-preservation movement, Ilana Omo Oodua, Professor Agbagba Yoruba, has described the Sunday morning deadly attack allegedly unleashed against Christian worshippers at the St. Francis Catholic Church of Ondo State by gunmen to be Fulani herdsmen, leaving about 85 people dead. I cannot show you the videos, but if you go back on my X handle, I posted them about last week. As a declaration of war against the Yoruba people, these bastard Yoruba men and women do not know that we are already at war with the Fulani, but they are more worried that the Biafra is the one we should be more concerned and be scared of. We should not trust them, but we should trust the Fulani that continue to massacre and kill many Yoruba people in the last how many years of the contraction for Nigeria. Responding through the communication secretary of the which has now been changed from that, Mr. Maxwell Adeleye, Akintoye called on the state governor, may he so rest in peace. He tried his best. We never knew whether he was killed by the Fulani. I'm talking about Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, to declare an emergency against the activities of the Fulani herdsmen in the state. I'm surprised that even Oni of Ife, 4 years down the line, not even up to 4 years, this was 2022, has gone to build a plaza. That's another conversation for another day. We are talking about a state that is still well covered with the Fulani. He said, to permanently solve the Fulani herdsmen conglomerate, the Yoruba people need to negotiate their exit from the Union of Nigeria without further delay. I want you to read that. Without further delay, which is exactly what the Biafra are doing today. The Biafra have decided to take the battle out of Nigeria so that they can defend, protect their territory against the fraudulent identity theft that the British made to every single one of us in the fraudulent amalgamation in the last 110 years. Let's go back to the email so that we don't digress too much. It goes further to say, and I'll go back a little bit further. Hello, Mr. Koiki. I deem it fit to write you this message. I have been following you for around 4 years now. When I saw your video, I see you are a passionate Yoruba man who loves his people. I am a Yoruba man from Ondo State. I want to discuss two subjects with you. One, repeating the mistake of our past leaders. Two, about Yoruba nation. History is there for us to learn from. We cannot make a mistake twice. The Southeasterners are a wonderful people with enterprise nature, but the Yoruba have to be careful. I mean very careful with them. Today, they refer to the Yoruba as betrayers. If you ask them why, they will relay the story of Awolowo promising to fight on their side during the Civil War, but later not sending troops, even though many of them are aware that Awolowo traveled to Enugu after his release to persuade Ojukwu not to go to war, and because if this is all about Yoruba born and unborn are automatically betrayers according to them. I say this to put it into your consciousness, how the mistake of one man can affect innocent generations unborn. I see you are gradually, he's talking to me now, going the same way in collaborating with them in their quest for separate nation. Let it not be told that in the years to come, Yoruba of next generation will lay a curse on you. They will lay a curse on you, yourself, not me, your father, your brother, or your generation will be the one that they will lay curse on, not mine. And you will suffer from this same mistake. Again, it goes back to you. I will not be the one to suffer the mistake. You will suffer the mistake.
Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ṣé mo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn? Ṣé understand àbí kí n analyze ẹ̀ fún yín? Ọmọ àlè aláyé bàjẹ́ kan ló send mail sí Ọláyọmí Koiki. Ta ló ń pè mí? Mo busy for now. Ló send mail sí Ọláyọmí Koiki tó ń sọ gbogbo kátàkátà yẹn. Tó wá ń sọ wípé tó bá pẹ́ tó bá yá, àwọn Yorùbá wọ́n máa lè course sórí títí ẹ̀ tí kìí ṣe orí Ọláyọmí Koiki o. Because èmi ò rí nǹkan tí Ọláyọmí Koiki ń ṣe tó bad. Nígbà tá à ń fojoojúmọ́ pariwo wípé kájà kí ìran wa bọ́ lóko ẹrú, ìyà ń jẹ̀ran wa. Tí àwọn kan tún wá ń gbé sókè, táwọn àgbàyà ọmọ àlè aláyébàjẹ́ kan tí wọ́n fà wá sísàlẹ̀. Ẹ wá gbọ́ gbogbo kọ́tọ̀kọ́tọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ òṣì ọ̀rọ̀ ìbànújẹ́ tẹ́niyẹn sọ. Mo wá bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wo program ẹ bá mi share kí message lè dọ́dọ̀ ẹniyẹn. Kí gbogbo yín wá máa kọ opinion sí ti yín sí comment section kó ka comment káyé ẹ̀ bàjẹ́. Ẹ bá mi bí léèrè wípé nígbà tí àwa yóò bá dìde láti gba ìran wa ta ló fẹ́ gbà wá. Ní ohun táwọn bàbá ṣe tí wọ́n ṣe tí wọn ò rí ìran wa gbà lóko ẹrú. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ sì tún wá dìde wípé ká gba ìran wa lọ́wọ́ Fúlàní lóko ẹrú. Ẹ má bínú mo busy mo ṣe nǹkan ni. I'm in the kitchen. Táwọn kan tún wá ń gbìyànjú wípé kí ìran wa bọ́ ní oko ẹrú. Táwọn kan tún wá dìde ń sìn. Tó tún wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ oríṣiríṣi wípé tí Koiki ò bá stop. Kò tán síbẹ̀ o, ẹ máa gbọ́ wíríwíri yálà ya baba ńlá ọ̀rọ̀ o. Wípé ìran Yorùbá máa gbé ọ̀tá Koiki ṣépè. Wọ́n máa gégùn fún ọ̀tá Koiki àtòun àti gbogbo ẹbí ẹ̀. Ẹ já tẹ̀síwájú ká máa gbọ́ nìṣó. So ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn nìyẹn. Ẹ máa understand bí Koiki ṣe ń ṣàlàyé yẹn. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé ohun tẹ́ni yìí sọ kì í ṣe pé dá iṣẹ́ ara ẹ̀ jẹ́ wọ́n ran wá ni. Kó wá lè padà lọ sọ fáwọn tó ran wípé tó iṣẹ́ tẹ́rán kọ òun ó ti pa ikọ̀ òun. Àìmọṣẹ́ kọ ọmọ Rogo òun ló jẹ́ kóun tó orí bomi gbígbóná táyé òun fi máa bàjẹ́ títí dọjọ́ òkú tóun máa fi dirin iṣẹ́ kú tóun ò ní ìsinmi láyé ẹ̀. Tó rán ọmọ Rogo kì í ní ìsinmi. Bọ́mu láàárọ̀ iṣẹ́ ni ṣọ̀ nínú omi gbóná, bọ́mu lọ́sàn inú omi gbóná, bọ́mu láṣálẹ́ inú omi gbóná. Bọ́rọ̀ ayé onítọ̀hún ṣe máa jẹ́ nìyà. Aláṣemọ́sẹ̀ eré lẹ pé ní abẹ́ ṣí èrè. Ó yá bàbá mi ẹ continue.
Not rising up when the Fulani came to attack your town, your state called Ondo State, another bomb bastard Yoruba man you are currently making. I am a Christian. You are not a Christian. Because if you're a Christian, you would have shouted more. I would have seen your write-up 2 years ago when Owo was attacked. It is too late now because as a Christian, you allow Fulani to butcher your people in Ondo State. You did not even send me a message to say thank you so much for the job you did as at the time. The Bible teaches us not to oppress, cheat, defraud, or take justice away from someone. Are you aware of the greed of these people? He's talking to the Igbos now. Their quest for power and to lay authority on people everywhere. But right now, the criminal drug baron Bola Tinubu is the president and is the one making nepotism and making sure that only Yoruba will take position in Nigeria right now. I'm sure he's aware of that. On people everywhere, they go and also conquest nature. Have you ever seen anyone working with them? Did you remember the event of the Civil War? Well, we're hearing that. We're here.
Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa gbọ́ wọlé bá wa ṣí ẹ̀ ta ló ń pè mí. Ẹ jọ 1 minute. Ẹ má bínú tí màá dá ọkọ yẹn àní gbádùn nǹkan tá à ń gbọ́.
Killed many of their people during that civil war. We just listened to that in the first section of what is going on in Finland. How they wanted to impose themselves on the country. Well, apparently now they're gone. So nobody needs to impose their own desire on us. They have gone now, they've become a country of their own, and maybe we should start appreciating them and let them go forever. And if they have to come to the Yoruba land, we can deal with them under our constitution. Just as you live in America, I believe you are following the American Constitution, and the same thing goes with me as I live in the United Kingdom. Change the constitution and all the actions that brought about the start of Nigeria decline. You are promoting their country. They say they have 40 states. Well, you are living in America. where they took their country out of the UK in 1776, another bomb bastard. If they did not fight for their freedom, would your generation go and live in America? Crazy man. You go about having people who defeat your way of life because their will, where is the justice? You want to be able to determine your destiny, but others cannot. You have to determine their own destiny too. Ijo, Irobo, Igala, Efik, Calabar, Ekik, Angan, Oron, Akwa Ibom, Ibibo, Bini, Esan, etc. have rejected to be part of their country. That shouldn't be your problem. Your problem should be about how the Yoruba will exit Nigeria. Leave those ones, let them talk for themselves. Don't talk to them. I believe you are from Ondo State. Why talk about the Ijo people, Irobo people, Igala people? Are you Igala? Are you Calabar? You are a Yoruba man. Focus on how we will exit the crazy country called Nigeria, fraudulent amalgamation. But those are not your concern. Etc. have rejected to be part of their country, but they keep adding them. Is that justice? Has there ever been justice in Nigeria? Stupid bomb bastard Yoruba man. And many of you like that, if you are still in that same category, I have added you onto this scripture that I'm reading this morning from my base here in London. My mother is a Yoruba woman from Edo State. Congratulations. I hope you are not recreating another Afonja scenario who collaborated with Fulani against his brothers in Ilorin. Today, Ilorin is gone. Yoruba people will take Ilorin back. If we have to kill many people, we will do that. If we have to take everything that we have to make sure that we retake Ilorin, I promise every Yoruba people that we will do so. But for now, it still remains a peaceful, non-violent, but we should prepare for war because war is already on our doorstep. It could cause bloodshed. Well, bloodshed continue around the world because the world that doesn't want peace, there will be blood. How can you help strangers conquer your own father's land? Well, they haven't come to Lagos, and I did assure Simon Ekpa that if they try to come and take Lagos, another part of Yoruba land, we will square it out together. For now, let them go so that they can go and rebuild what Nigeria did not give them for the last 64 years. And for the last 110 years, where every single one of us have been given a stolen identity by Britain. That is exactly what we're stopping. How will the people of Niger Delta feel? Omali, are you from Niger Delta? Let the Niger Delta talk. When they see you advocating for 40 states, that is not your problem.
Ta ló tún pè mí? Mo gbádùn show ìjàre ẹ má sì pè mí ẹ̀yin ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Koiki, ẹkùn. Ó kàn gbà sí fún ọmọ àlè, ọmọ wọn kí wọn ọmọ òfò. Ṣó jẹ́jọ́. Ẹ bá mi ṣe ẹjẹ́ gbódọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tó send mail yẹn sí Ọláyọmí Koiki. Ẹjẹ́ gbódọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ kínú ẹ̀ bàjẹ́ kó wo bí Lady K ṣe fòun ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ kẹ́yìn náà wá máa comment síbẹ̀ kẹ́ máa gbà sí fún àwọn olóṣì ẹ̀dá. Ó yá bàbá mi ẹ continue. Mo gbádùn show.
Where have they been adding without the approval? What does that got to do with you? How many things have Tinubu approved that is of benefit to the Yoruba people today, even 1 year in his crazy office that we told him that Nigeria is no longer working? Even Tinubu in exile made it known that Nigeria is not working, but because of his criminality, because of his passion to keep Yoruba people below par, he still wants to keep Nigeria. Tomorrow, they can claim to be your association with them, that Yoruba agreed to work with them, and they betray them. You have to immediately stop your association and romance with them and delete all your posts. Kò ní dá fún bàbá ẹ̀ bàbá ò ní ṣoríire.
Ìyálàjà bàbá ẹ̀ kò ní kúre.
You no go better for your papa. You no go better for the papa wey born your papa. Gbogbo àwọn generation yóò ní ṣoríire. I will not delete anything. Everything will remain as it is on my platform. And let history play whatever I have done today, because in another 100 years, every single one of us will be a dead individual. During the Civil War, Yoruba protected their assets and didn't kill them, whereas they were killed in every other part of Nigeria and their properties destroyed. Still, they hate Yorubas. We hate them as well, so it's vice versa. Till date, Yoruba is the nicest to them, and they are in our education system and civil service, etc. One of my lecturers in the university, there was a Southeasterner. Many of them are earning salary from the Yoruba governors. Their own properties of device sought on the Yoruba land, yet they hate Yoruba and even insult us while living in Yoruba land. They have threatened to take over not just Lagos. Well, Tinubu has already sold your stupid Lagos to the Shagori, bomb bastard. Go and talk to Tinubu that is selling Yoruba land to the Lebanese, idiot Yoruba people. They are more worried about the Igbos when Tinubu is selling the bigger picture of the Yoruba land to the Chagoris that would now take over the whole of Southwest within the next decades to come. Idiot. But they are more worried about the Igbos when we should be focusing on what Tinubu is doing right now and trying to use France on Nigeria to use it as a launchpad to attack Chad and all other regions that continue to tell France that it is no longer business as usual. Tinubu wants to tell the world, he's using Nigeria now to negotiate with France so that France will use Nigeria as a launchpad against those countries. I believe Tinubu should be prepared for bomb to rain in Lagos State because they told him already when he became the ECOWAS chairman that if you dare attack any part of Niger, Burkina Faso, and Chad and all those regions, Lagos should be ready for bomb threat. Please don't. Where is the family of Apoja today? Go and ask them. Don't ask me. People don't want to associate with them. I hope people will not remember Koiki in the future. Well, my father was well known in Nigeria under many people that can go and listen to Ebenezer Obey. I am another Koiki that is laying another beautiful foundation that will be remembered for the generations to come after every single one of us have died. Because like I said, we are only going to be alive for the next 100 years and we are dead. But Koiki's name will be remembered as one man that stood against the indigenous.
Eba mi ṣe gbòsà Fọláyọmí Koiki. Rí pé àwọn olórí burúkú pọ̀ gan-an àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ wo irú ìbéèrè játijàti tí díọ̀tì yẹn ń bi Koiki. Ẹ wo irú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kọ́tọ̀kọ́tọ̀. Ó mọ̀ pé Koiki ò ń ṣẹ̀nù mẹ́. Ó rò báwọn ọmọ Ìbàdàn nìkan ló mọ̀rọ̀ sọ. Wàláhì Ìjẹ̀bú mi gbólóhùn jọmọ Ìbàdàn lọ. Gbà bí mo yẹ sọ fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dàlẹ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ kí ìran Yorùbá bọ́ lóko ẹrú. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú mi gbólóhùn ju ọmọ Ìbàdàn lọ. Ẹ wo bó ṣe ń jùwọ́, ẹ wo bí Koiki ṣe ń hàn. Tó bá ju ẹyọ kan Koiki máa fi 10 dá padà fún ayé gbogbo yín máa bàjẹ́ ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìka ènìyàn. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ torí nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ tí ẹ bá ohun tó yẹ kẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́. Ẹ wo age Koiki. Ẹ wo age àwọn tá ń jà nísìn. Ṣó wá yẹ ká wá rí àwọn kan tún wá máa tákù iṣẹ́ ribiribi tá ń ṣe. Ṣé bá ṣe máa bá lọ ní? Ẹ ní Nàìjíríà máa dá. Ọmọ a máa bọ́ lóko ẹrú. Àwọn bàbá wọn ò rí wa yọ kúrò lóko ẹrú. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tún wá dìde wípé ká gbára wa kúrò lóko ẹrú. Ẹ tún ní pé títí wa ti pọ̀ jù. Ẹ tún ní pé nǹkan tá ń ṣe kò sọ́nà bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ta ló wá fẹ́ gbà wá? Ṣókù ló fẹ́ wá gbà wá ni. Ìbéèrè tí ó fàjà. Ṣé àwọn òkú? Ṣé àwọn ló fẹ́ wá gbà wá lóko ẹrú? Àbáwọn wo ló fẹ́ wá gbà wá kẹ́ sọ fún wa? Tó bá jẹ́ pé òkú ló fẹ́ gbà wá, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ pé òkú ló máa yọ wá kúrò lọ́wọ́ ìjọba fìyà jẹni, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé òkú ló máa wá gbà wá. So tó bá ti wá pa gbogbo èèyàn tán nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, kókù wọn wá dìde ká wá wẹni tókù wọn fẹ́ gbà lẹ̀. Bóyá àwọn Fúlàní ló fẹ́ gbà lẹ̀ àbí ìwọ Yíbò, ẹ̀yin ọ̀dẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká continue ó pọ̀ yẹ́yẹ́. Koiki, I hail you bàbá mi ò ní wá yín tì, ikú ò ní pa yín. You are doing a great job. Mo dẹ̀ like yín wípé ẹ mèsì ọ̀rọ̀. Ó yá. Ẹ bá share.
Are regretting Babawolowo's involvement with them. Their pretentious law for Yoruba to see you declare war with Nigeria or death. Nigeria is already at war.
At war.
Many of you need to understand that Nigeria is at war. Even Professor Wole Soyinka told us that we are currently at war. So I still don't understand why Yoruba people think that the Igbos are pushing us for war when they are already killing your people. Your people are being massacred. I just told you about the event in Owo and many other events that took place and is still currently taking place across Nigeria. They killed a Yoruba man, another Yoruba chief of army staff, Lagbaja from Osun State. Don't you know that that is a Fulani agenda? We are currently at war. Stop thinking that it is the Igbos that is pushing the Yorubas to go at war. Another bomb bastard Yoruba. Yorubas are regretting Babawolowo's involvement with them. Their pretentious law for Yoruba is to see Yoruba declare war with Nigeria. Same time with them. We don't need to declare war. They have made their declaration. Yoruba hasn't made anything yet. But there has been war in Nigeria. And everybody knows that there's a lot of evidence. Massive evidence that we can continue to play and show and give evidence. And if you don't believe that, listen to this.
Every one
So can we tell these bastard Yorubas that we are already at war? Listen one more time, that there's evidence that we have been at war, and the war did not start by the Yorubas, did not start by the Igbos. It started by those that want to conquer, take our land, and make sure that we will not exist in our own territory. Listen to this.
Which is what you just talked about. Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of that country? In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that we are part and parcel of things. Let me make some allegations. That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers. Now that's big. Yes. Okay. How will government just say, oh, it's revenge killing, and so then you live with them? No, because it's revenge killing, and so and so. The body language in this administration, body language of this government shows clearly that they have a mind of vigilance. No doubt. Because you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him history. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks. Okay. Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and separate. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down although there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, we want to start a civil war.
So where is it that the Igbos want to start the civil war? If not that the Fulani's agenda, that this man confirm it, and then we read the last part of the the email, and then we will watch the video from Nelson Mandela that I prepared. And if we have a bit of time before the event kicks back in Finland, we'll take a couple of calls. Listen to this one more time.
So what do they
Eba wa pin o.
us now that this war is on our doorstep? Of course, there has got to be civil mobilization, and keep waiting for this to be centrally handled.
Oh, àwọn wo ló ń pè mí báyìí? Bí fóònù ṣe máa ríngì ni ẹ má bínú o, kọ́ ló ń wọlé o. Ẹ má bínú.
Well, going to be done. If we not already see it in our land, that would be personally intolerable. It's not unacceptable.
Ibi tó bá ń péyàn téèyàn bá ń kọ̀ tẹ̀ wọ́n á dẹ̀ fóun tàn sílẹ̀ bíi tàwọn èèyàn wa kọ́ máa continue ni. Èèyàn tẹ́ ń pè tó ń kọ̀ tẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ pé busy ni ẹ jọ̀ọ́ 1 minute. Ẹ má bínú tí n bá receive call yẹn wọn ní jẹ́ agbádùn. Mo ti receive ẹyọ kan àwọn tó kù that will be later. Ẹ já máa gbádùn program wa lọ.
I stand ready to contribute in any way.
And the final part of the email says, and I quote, their pretentious law for Yoruba is to see Yoruba declare war with Nigeria, same time with them, so that it will be easy for them to leave Nigeria. Yoruba can leave Nigeria today if we want. Do not make the same mistake of our forefathers. You have to quit your engagement with them before it is too late. You know, go better for your papa. Tell Nishori for telling me that. I believe you're a wise man. You don't have to tell me that. I will send you another message. Keep your message to your family members in Ondo State about Yoruba Nation. I would also talk about support. We don't need your support. Keep that your bloody support to yourself. Let's now go straight and watch the video that I prepared for us regarding Nelson Mandela.
Àwọn ẹni èpè, àwọn ìka ènìyàn, wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ kí wọn Yorùbá kú sóko ẹrú Ọlọ́run ò ní fún yín ṣe. Àwa ò ní kú sínú ìyà. Àwa ò ní kú sínú ìyà.
want to discuss two subjects with you. One, repeating the mistake of our past leaders. Two, about Yoruba nation. History is there for us to learn from. We cannot make a mistake twice. The Southeasterners are a wonderful people with enterprise nature, but the Yoruba have to be careful. I mean very careful with them. Today, they refer to the Yoruba as betrayers. If you ask them why, they will relay the story of Awolowo promising to fight on their side during the Civil War, but later not sending troops, even though many of them are aware that Awolowo traveled to Enugu after his release to persuade Ojukwu not to go to war, and because if this is all about Yoruba, born and unborn are automatically betrayers according to them. I say this to put it into your consciousness, how the mistake of one man can affect innocent generations unborn. I see you are gradually, he's talking to me now, going the same way in collaborating with them in their quest for separate nation. Let it not be told that in the years to come, Yoruba of next generation will lay a curse on you. They will lay a curse on you, yourself, not me, your father, your brother, all your generation will be the one that they will lay curse on, not mine. And you will suffer from this same mistake. Again, it goes back to you. I will not be the one to suffer the mistake. You will suffer the mistake for not rising up when the Fulani came to attack your town, your state called Ondo State, another bomb bastard Yoruba man you are currently making. I am a Christian. You are not a Christian. Because if you're a Christian, you would have shouted more. I would have seen your write-up. For 2 years ago.
Àti gbọ́ bíbá àti gbọ́ ilé tẹ́lẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́gbọ́n yẹn o gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá yìí bàbá wa. Jákèjádò gbogbo bí tẹ́ bá ti wò wá. Ṣẹtirẹ́nu lẹ̀ ṣẹtirẹ́nu ọkọ́. Ó dá báyìí tá bá ń gbé wá síta kẹ́ máa mọ̀. Because tá bá ń sọ wípé àwọn Yorùbá kan àwọn lè lè ṣù. Nígbà táwọn ẹlòmíì bá sọ wípé kí ló dé àti pẹ́jù lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kí ló ń dá Yorùbá nation dúró. Tá bá wá ń ṣàlàyé pé kì í ṣe ẹjọ́ ìwà náà. Àwọn ọmọ àlè kan ní báwa kan ṣe fà sókè ni wọ́n fà wá sísàlẹ̀. A lot of people ò ní believe. Ara irú àwọn tó ń fà wá sísàlẹ̀ òun lẹ ti rí yìí o. Ẹ wo bó ṣe ń takò Ọláyọmí Koiki. Ẹ wo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnájì àti ọpọlọ tó fi ń sọ ìsọkúsọ jáde ń gbowó ẹnu kò lè fi fèsì ìjọba Nàìjíríà kò fi fèsì ìjọba mùjẹmùjẹ kò lè fi ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun kí ìwé ẹ̀ bọ́ lóko ẹrú. Ṣé rí wípé kì í ṣe gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló ní ojú àánú. Kì í ṣe gbogbo Yorùbá ló fẹ́ràn kí ìran wọn bọ́ nínú ìyà. Ara wọn lélẹ̀ tẹ̀rí. Ẹ wo gbogbo mail tó sẹ́ndì sí Ọláyọmí Koiki. Wọ́n gbogbo ẹni tó bá wá ìṣubú Ọláyọmí Koiki ilẹ̀ alánú gbé wọn mì. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá sọ wípé bí Koiki ṣe ń ṣe ó ní àwọn lára because there are so many things tọmọkùnrin tó ń ṣe tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ohun tó jẹ́ nǹkan ìwúrí tó jẹ́ ohun tó wà very important sí ìrìn àjò ìran Yorùbá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ lẹ́yìn kan máa tákù. Ṣé Yorùbá Nàìjíríà jẹ́ ìlú tí wọ́n lè fọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ mú ni? Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà gba ojúbọ̀rọ̀? Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ bira wa léèrè. Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà gbójúbọ̀rọ̀? Nísìn àwọn Biafra wọ́n ti declare Biafra nation ní Finland. Ní àti on the 30 àbí àtijọ́ wo níná ìjẹta. That was on the 29. Wọ́n ti declare Biafra nation. Fine. Lockdown máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọ̀la Monday lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ rí pé Nàìjíríà ò ní fọwọ́ síbi tó wọ́n ń gbé. Ẹ rí pé Nàìjíríà wọn ò ní fọwọ́ síbi tó wọ́n ń gbé ẹni tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara ẹ̀ because Biafra are ready to fight to death. Ẹni tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara ẹ̀ ẹ bá pass information tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ ẹ tètè ta àwọn ẹbí yín lólobó nílé kí wọ́n wà prepared kó má jókòó tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀tẹ̀. Biafra will not take it easy and Nigeria will not take it easy with them too and they are ready for anything. Ó máa ṣọ́ọ̀kì yín tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń plan ẹ fẹ́ lọ lé ọdún ẹ jẹ́ sì fi ọdún lẹ̀ síbi kan náà báwọn ẹbí yín ṣe máa lóúnjẹ nílé òun ni kẹ́ ṣe kí ni kẹ́ plan ẹ̀ because Biafra will not take it easy. Ó máa ṣọ́ọ̀kì yín nígbà tẹ́ bá ń rí àwọn ọmọ ogun tó ń wọlé from nowhere sí ìlú Nàìjíríà. Ẹ tí ì rí kankan ẹ wo ẹ̀yin Yorùbá tàtà ẹ̀yin ìran mi ẹ lọ prepare àti débẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìgbàgbọ́ ẹ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ẹ má wo tàwọn ọmọ àlè ojú òní tiwa. Lady K Ìfẹ́olúwa show the baby of Yoruba nation òun lórúkọ ti tèmi. Once again mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá happy new month. Oṣù yìí oṣù ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ fún wa. Oṣù December ọdún yìí tọ́lọ́ bá sọ wípé òun lóṣù táì gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá máa fi bọ́ kúrò ní inú ìyà Nàìjíríà. àdúpẹ́ kọ́nà kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wa kínú wa kó dùn káyọ̀ wa kó kún gbogbo ẹ̀yin yẹ́yìn bàbá mo kí yín gbogbo ẹ̀yin supporters Lady K mo kí yín gbogbo ẹ̀yin fans mi gbogbo ẹ̀yin customer thank you for your support ẹ má gbàgbé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ra aṣọ ready to wear aṣọ wà jewelries wà pọ́ọ̀sì wà bàtà wà gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ ẹ contact Lady K Ìfẹ́ Olúwa Show bó bá jẹ́ African food náà ni ẹ contact Lady K Ìfẹ́ Olúwa Show anything tẹ́ bá ti need bó dẹ̀ jẹ́ àwọn spiritual items náà ni ẹ contact Lady K Ìfẹ́ Olúwa Show tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ body cream body soap náà ni ẹ pè mí kí n fún yín nọ́mbà ẹni tó ń tà tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ àwọn ògùn diabetes manpower àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ pè mí kí n fún yín ní phone number ẹni tó ń tà wọ́n àwọn ògùn tó gbàsíkì tó wà òkè dáadáa tẹ́ lè lò tẹ́ máa mọ̀ wípé yes Ọlọ́run lọ́ba because they are all active ẹ pè mí kí n fún yín phone number ẹ má gbàgbé láti subscribe sí YouTube channel wa kẹ́ bá wa pín eléyìí kó àwọn èèyàn máa gbọ́ tó bá yẹ pé ó da bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá yẹ pé ó da kárí àwọn tó máa tákù wa ní ìkórí tátadé ṣàmọ ohun tí dọ́là ń sọ nísìn ẹ wo ẹ má jà lágbó jìnnà bye for now.